Shohei, how did you feel out there, and how did it feel in the fifth inning?
マウンドでの状態と5イニング目どうでしたか？振り返って。
状態は比較的良かったのかなと、本当あの回かなと、先頭のフォアボールが良くなかったかなです。
I actually felt good overall. Just the leadoff walk wasn't good that inning.
How did the knee feel? And they showed some blood on your pants, the blister opening up again. How did that affect you today?
膝の状態とか、指の血とかなんか結構見られてましたけども、何か影響されましたか？
そうですね、特に投げてる位置はあんまり関係ないかなとは思うので、必ずしも常に万全な状態で 100% 投げれるわけではないですし、シーズンやってればそういうこともあるので、その中で、試合を取れたっていうのは大きかったかなと思います。
It's just part of the game. There's not a lot of situations where you feel 100%, so I just took it as that, and it's big that I was able to, we were able to win a game like this.
Is that what separates, pitchers like what you did today? You're not going to feel the best every time, but you have to find a way. How much did you compete through this today?
状態も 100% じゃない中、結構コンピートできたっていうか、そういう意味ではそういうピッチングが現れたんですかね。
そうです。全体の投げ心地も良かったですし、入りとしても良かったとは思う。本当にあの回だけかなとは思うので、いいところもあったし悪いところももちろんあったしっていうゲームだったなと思います。
Yeah, actually, I just felt good overall. It's just really that inning, that fifth inning, that I wasn't really too pleased. But aside from that, the stuff was good and felt pretty good overall.
Was there any consideration with the need to not start today? And did you have to do anything differently from last week after the mechanics kind of led to it?
登板しないっていう可能性あったのですかと、その膝のことで、膝のそういうメカニクス的なところを修正しないといけない部分ありましたか？
そうですね、動き自体は修正して入れたと思うので、そこはまず良かったですし、明日は休みがあるので、投げれる状態なら特に回避することなく投げようとは思ってたので、最低限のなんていうんですかね、調整とゲーム内容だったのかなと思ってます。
Yeah, my every intention was to start today's game, so didn't really feel like that was going to be an option to not pitch. I did make some changes movement-wise that I think helped me for today.
Last one, guys.
Shohei, how do you feel as we get into mid-June about managing the overall workload pitching-wise?
6月に入って、そのピッチングの、量を何か変更したりとか、シーズン健康を保つ、量的に、
それはないですかね。基本的には登板間のスケジュールっていうのも決まってますし、登板のスケジュール自体はチームが決めるので、増やすも減らすもチーム次第ではあるんですけど、一番やるべきことはシーズン通して健康で、しっかりとポストシーズンの時期に入った時に全員がプレーできる状態であるということだと思うので、そこのマネジメントに関してはもう本当にチームに任せている状態かなと思ってます。
Yeah, in terms of just workload, quantity, I'll let the team really decide, take charge of that. My number one goal is to make sure that I'm healthy, that we're all healthy leading up into the playoffs. So, we have a set schedule, and I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do during that schedule, and I'll let the management kind of handle the workload.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Shohei.
今回ピッチャー専念だったはずがその DH で出たと思うんですけども、あれはいつ頃言われたという起用は
降りた時ですね。まだ負けてたビハインドのシチュエーションだったので、その前にフレディがホームラン打ちましたけど、
それに関して思うことというか、ああいう戦い方っていうのは。
いや全然ないですね。そこはいける時というか、もちろん常に準備してますし、投げるだけの日も打つ方の準備も登板の前にはやるので、特に不安なくというか、そのままの感じでいきましたけど、
ご自身のあれだったんですか、打席に立ちたいってあれだったのか、そのチーム。
いや監督から、
マウンドを降りた後にその打席の準備っていうのはどういう流れであそこまで行ったんですか？ケージで打つとかその辺の準備的打つ方の準備はどうだったんですか？
はほぼしなかったですかね、さっきも言った通りゲーム前にスイングの準備というか、結構ハードめには振ってからゲームが入るので、体も温まってますし、いいアプローチ自体はできたかなとは思うので、抜けるかどうかはあとはもう打球に聞いてくれっていうことでしかないので、いい反応ができた打席だったなとは思ってます。
Thank you guys.
ありがとうございました。
How did you find a way to get out of that bases loaded jam that you created?
Yeah, I put myself in that mess. Rush and I were just, I was leaning on him, honestly. He had some good words of encouragement out there. A couple meetings. Just kind of trusting my stuff. I felt like I was just like nibbling around the edge. Overall, I'll take it. It was a good win for all of us today, and so.
How were you
on to the
able?
next one.
Yeah, how were you able to, find a way to recalibrate and attack in that final pitch?
Yeah, I think honestly, just for myself, it's just kind of F it and throw versus trying to place the ball. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got.
That's a great strategy.
Yeah, it works from time to time.
How big was it to sweep the guys? Nothing seemed to come easy against the Rays.
No, they're a great team from top to bottom, and we put the ball in play, a couple of good homers, and things went our way. So it was a pretty good win. We got off day tomorrow, and then Orioles, so it's gonna be another good 3 games.
What is the decision-making process like on that last pitch when you have a situation like that, a full count, bases loaded?
Yeah, honestly, I threw the slider before, and it just felt really good coming out of my hand. The fastball was up, and so I just pretty much told myself to do exactly what I did on the other slider, and I felt really good throwing the slider in that to try to at least get some type of swing versus like an auto take. That was like, say if I were to throw the ball like the fastball up above the zone, at least the slider, like it's going to stay on the plate as long as possible, so he has to make a decision. Thankfully that was a strike and he swung and missed, so I'll take it.
He's an all-star player, but
Absolutely.
You have a track record against him. Does that factor into it?
Honestly, I don't think I faced him 2 nights ago, and I don't know if I faced him before. I don't really take too much into account, especially like we don't really play the Rays like as often. Now if it was like the Giants or the Padres or the Rockies, it's like we see them a little more frequently. So then it does take into account, but this time it was just going at it with my stuff.
Those 9 scoreless innings for the bullpen this series, for like 3 1-run wins, just how good was that for the unit, especially after kind of the ups and downs of the last week?
We clicked off 40-something, and then we had a couple tough outings, and online everybody was supposed to get DFA'd. So, we believe in our guys in here. I certainly do, and we're going to have ups and downs, but I think it helps us grow at the end of the day, so that adversity right now will help us in the postseason.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Alex. Dalton, Alex just said that you had some pretty animated conversations with him to lock back in and grip it and rip it. What did you see from him that, caused you to say those things and go out there?
Yeah, I think he's a high energy guy, so any piece of confidence I can throw his way, I know it's just going to help him at the end of the day. It's not a lot of guys out there that you can go up there and just pound their chest or something and expect them to respond the way you want. I just thought he was missing his fastball up, and I knew it had to be an adjustment he could make with his delivery. I wasn't really worried of him being able to make a big pitch in a big spot. He's done that multiple times in his career. It was just to boost confidence, really. Just, hey, you have the chance to close this game out right now, and don't let it go another inning, and allow yourself to build confidence off of that.
You were giving Ohtani a lot of feedback, especially after the first 4 innings. Mm-hmm. What did you see from him in those first 4, and how did things kind of get away from him in the 5th?
I think he's fine. I thought he pitched the ball really, really well. Yeah, we ran into a little bit of trouble in the 5th. I think the easy way to look at it is we gave up a leadoff walk. Leadoff walks never really tend to go your way as a defense, as a pitching staff, and trying to guide a game behind the plate. So it makes your situation a little tougher trying to get out of that hole. But no, I don't think we could dive too far into it with Shohei. I thought he threw the ball well. Like you said, he ran into a little trouble in the fifth, but I don't think it was any worry with stuff. That's a pretty good offense that knows how to put runs on the board, and that's the offense we're going to face in October. So I think essentially he did his job. At the end of the day, we put up more runs on the board than they did, and we won the baseball game. Obviously, we expect close to perfection out of Show. Every time he goes out there, so does he out of himself. But there's no piece to worry at all. Obviously, I think I can build a little better relationship moving forward based on what's happened. Whether we get hit around here, hit around there, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it's just a learning lesson for both of us.
Could he finish the pitches with the blister, because he was getting a lot of swing and miss early on, and then we started to see the blood in the fifth?
Yeah, I didn't ask him too much about the blisters on his finger. Obviously, yeah, you see the blood, you know it's bleeding a little bit. He's dealt with it his last couple, but by no means do we want to put blame on a blister. Like I said, I'm going to talk to him. We're going to build off of this one. Obviously, it's great that we could win a baseball game like that and sweep a team that's as good as they are.
Those conversations with Alex, how much of that is just for you, like part of the growth process and being more comfortable up here to be able to kind of know what those kind of situations call for as a catcher?
Yeah, I think you just pick and choose your people you do it with, honestly. You have to understand the person that pitcher is on the mound, in the heat of the moment. How do they react in a big spot? Do they get even more locked in? Do they tighten up? And either one's okay, but I think it's our job to kind of understand that and understand what we need to say to get them back into the zone.
What's the decision-making process when you have a full count with the bases loaded in that spot?
You go to what you think he can put in the zone. You by no means want to walk a guy like that. Left on left, you have the advantage as the pitching staff. I think you just go to whatever pitch that you think he can land in zone and give us the best chance to obviously put weak contact forward or miss.
Seems like Ohtani was throwing a lot of curveball, like more than usual. Was it a game plan, or because of maybe he has any issue?
I think it varies team to team. I think some teams handle those pitches better, some teams handle sweepers better than curveballs, and you just kind of pivot off of that. I don't think it was any preference of what he felt or what he was comfortable with. I honestly just think it was, hey, this is the better option between the two right now, and we're going to stick with it.
Your challenge, bottom of the fourth inning, extended the inning to get a run across. Did you challenge because the umpire hesitated and that maybe you thought he had some doubt?
No, I challenged because I thought it was a ball. But in the moment, it's you challenge immediately because your eyes just kind of gauge it to be a ball out of hand. And then once I challenged, I'm like, wow, we only have one challenge right now. I can accept a strikeout and keep a challenge as a defensive side of things, obviously for our pitching staff later in the game. So it was just one of those things, well, I better not be wrong. And if I'm wrong, then I kind of put us in a hole to be able to challenge a pitch moving forward.
Thank you.
I mean, you talked about figuring out how to use the challenge system. How much of that is just being able to make that split-second decision?
I think it's just kind of second nature, almost. Everybody in here has played this game for a really long time, so you have a pretty good understanding of what the zone is. And so, like I said, he threw the pitch out of hand. I kind of anticipated what he had thrown, and I thought it was up. I thought it was up in a way, so I challenged it. And obviously, like everyone saw, I had a little bit of second thought in there, but yeah, it worked out, went in our favor, so no looking back. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Dave, how much are you holding your breath on a full count?
Yeah, Alex made a pitch. Certainly wasn't efficient, but made a pitch when he needed to.
What do you just think of the way you guys kind of responded to like the missed bases loaded chances, the 4-run inning, to kind of be able to come back this week here?
Really, I think that spurred that inning, that Dalton kind of challenge, gets the walk. Freddie, obviously a big hit. That at-bat, those three at-bats with the base load, nobody out, that was as bad as it gets. So that was, fortunately, we weathered that inning. 'Cause we should have tacked on certainly more, but we found a way to win. And, there was a little confusion with the Shohei inning as far as, Freddie going to second, then Shohei thinking that, so then kind of giving them an extra out there. But yeah, to get Shohei through 6 innings, and I thought the bullpen was great.
Was there any hesitation about bringing Ohtani back out for the 6th, given the pitch count and the blister too?
I thought the pitch count was good. Just kind of making, I thought about it, but just kind of talking to Mark and just watching Shohei, the stuff was still good, and just feeling like if we can get him through another inning, it would, shorten who we need to use for the last 3 innings, and it worked out.
The decision in sending him up to pinch hit, I mean, was there a lot of thought behind that, or hey, this guy's on our bench, let's use him?
I think that was more of, he can, hit a homer, and I talked to him, and he said he felt really comfortable about taking the at-bat. That was the only chance we would have to hit him in that inning, and so I just felt like, use that bullet, and then you still have Muncy and Wardo, later.
Being behind at the start of that inning kind of go into that too.
What's that?
Like being behind at the start of that inning, does that kind of play into it too in terms of?
Yeah, if we were ahead, would I have fired that bullet? Probably less likely. But again, there isn't much cost if he feels like he can take the at-bat, whether you're up 1 or down 1 or whatever.
What did you think his stuff today, and the one bad inning with the 5 other zeros you had?
I thought the stuff was good. The sweeper wasn't as lights out, swing and miss as we've seen. He still always finds a way to manage innings and make pitches when he needs to. But yeah, I mean, I think that he was still kind of working through some delivery stuff with the knee.
Given where we are in the season, I know there's a couple off days coming up, but is there a way with the knee, the blister, where you might think of getting Shohei some extra rest in between starts?
Potentially, but I think that we do this Dermabond, and I think today, I don't know if it came off or he didn't use it today, and that's what spurred the bleeding late. So I feel good that right now I don't see why he won't make his start. I mean, I don't know if it's next Wednesday or next Thursday, but down the road, could it happen? Potentially, but I think right now, I think we're still in a good spot, and today he came out of it well.
A month ago, Freddie was only hitting 250. What have you seen out of him these last couple weeks, especially with some of the power coming back that's led to that?
He's like a lot of our guys. When they feel good, they get their rest, production follows, and he's been good for quite some time, and so he's always going to grind at bats. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer. I know that he's obviously feels good with his mechanics, but I think at the end of the day, his body feels good.
First 10 starts this year, Shohei didn't give up more than a run in an inning. Now his last 2 starts, he's had 2 innings where things kind of got away. What do you see happening? Is that just inevitable?
Yeah, I think it's in Pittsburgh, it was, I mean, he was 1 out away from going 7 innings, 1 run. So I don't know. He gave up a hit to the lefty down the right field line, the double, which I think drove in 2 runs. Today, if they execute and don't give up, the base with the Mullins ball, I think he doesn't give up 4. But yeah, I mean, I think there was another Palacios ball that just kind of had eyes, and so I don't necessarily think too much of it. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone expected him to just never give up runs, though.
Hi, Dave. Excuse me, I saw a lot of jerseys of football, especially from Japan. Are you following the World Cup, the soccer World Cup?
I'm following it a little bit. It's on in my office, but I'm not, outside the U.S. But I just love watching, matches or games that matter and passion, and so it's fun to see the fans get excited, the players get excited. So I'm still learning. I know the star players, but I don't have a particular team I'm watching outside the U.S.
Or Japan?
Yeah, Japan too, but I don't know. My schedule is, I don't know when these guys are playing, but when it's on, I'll watch. But I'm not trying to rearrange my schedule to watch soccer. Sorry.
You never play soccer?
I did when I was younger, and I was pretty good, yeah.
From what you see, how bad or how do you see Shohei's blister? Is it going to be?
I didn't even see it. Didn't see it. I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Yep. All right, thanks, guys. Yep.
A big catch, you drove in a big run, you stole a base. It seemed like you were everywhere today. How good did it feel to contribute, especially early in the game?
Yeah, it was great. It was a great job all around for our team. Guys contributed from every spot, pitching, defense, timely hitting. So, yeah, it was great to be a part of it.
Nothing came easy in this series. To get a sweep over that team, what does that say about where you guys are at?
Yeah, I felt like it was pretty good baseball. Great series overall. Those guys are a good team, and we battled, did the little things, and came out on top. So, yeah, it just says a lot about these guys. It's kind of what we expect. Just go out there, play good baseball, and trust it.
How many times did you see McClanahan in your VR before you took that first at bat?
Yeah. Same as always, maybe 40, 50 pitches. Was feeling pretty good. Had a good plan and approach, ready to go. Felt good with the swing, and luckily we got some good results.
You made a great catch in the 6th inning of Yamamoto's masterpiece. You were dealing with the short wall again. How did you keep concentration and obviously be able to make such a great catch and get that type of salute from your starting pitcher?
Yeah, I kind of broke right for the line. I didn't think it was actually going to go that far, and was able to just kind of track it down. And I knew it was going to be close to the wall. I didn't think it was going over, so I said, hey, it's going to be close. Just run until you catch it, and was able to catch it, slow down before any major car crash had to happen.